Hey guys, thanks for coming back for another video. This time we're looking at partial products, which is another way of solving a multiplication problem. Partial products. Products is a vocab word that we looked at last week, and it means the answer. It's the answer to a multiplication problem. Partial is just like it looks like. It's basically part of something. So in a partial product, we're going to look at the different parts that make up the answer. Okay. Let's look at 32 times 24. Two-digit by two-digit. Partial products is to be used with at least two digits times two digits. Remember how this is the ones place? This is the tens place. The first thing that we do, it's like pulling out different parts of the problem. So we're going to look at the bottom factor and multiply it by the top factor. So that's 4 times 2. We're breaking it apart. 4 times 2 is 8. Now we're going to be looking at 4, the bottom factor, times the top factor in the tens place, which is 3. Not just 3 though, because it's the tens place, it's 30. So we're going to look at 4 times 30. Remember, our awesome trick, when you have a number with a 0 on the end, like 30, you can multiply 4 times 3 and get yourself 12, and then include the 0 from one of your factors at the end. So it becomes 120. Awesome. We have literally just finished everything from this 4 and what we need to multiply. Now we're going to move on to the bottom 2, which is not just a 2, it's a 20. Okay, we're going to multiply 20 times 2. 20 times 2 is very similar to 4 times 30. We just multiply the numbers that aren't zeros, which is 2 times 2, and we get 4. And then we include the other 0. Last but not least, we're going to look at this 2, which is not a 2, it's a 20, and multiply it by the top factor in the tens place, which is 30. So we're going to say 20 times 30. We're going to use the zeros trick and say 2 times 3 is 6. And we have 2 zeros on the end. Actually, let me erase that. I don't like where that 6 is. We're going to put this 6 right here. And we're including these 2 zeros. That's how we get 600. Awesome. Partial products. Do you see how the product of 4 times 2 is 8, the product of 4 times 30 is 120, the product of 20 times 2 is 40, and the product of 20 times 30 is 600. We have partial products or parts. We have one part here. Here's my first part, second part, third part, and fourth part. I have 4 different parts. For me to solve and find the answer or the total product, I'm going to have to add those together. So 8 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 8. Oh, I'm running out of room. Let me write it right here. 8, 120, 40, and 600. Okay, so 8 plus all those zeros is 8. 2 plus 4 is 6. 1 plus 6 is 7. So the answer to the 2-digit by 2-digit is 768. All we had to do was break it into the ones place times the ones place times the tens place. Then we did the tens place times the ones place, and the tens place times the tens place. My advice to you would be to start with that bottom initial or the first factor, which was the 4, and multiply the top numbers. That's when we did 4 times 2 and then 4 times 30. Then I would advise you to do the next factor, the 20s place on the bottom, and do 20 times 2 and then do 20 times 30. And then once you add them all together, you'll get your answer. Thanks for watching, guys.